Hello, everybody. I'm Madame Sensei, and I'm so excited about what I'm going to be doing with my French classes, and I want to share it with you. So, my friend Rose from the Minecraft Education Ambassadors gave me this idea. So, join the Minecraft Education Ambassadors or the Minecraft Teachers Lounge so that you too can bounce ideas off of me and give me better ideas. So Rose's idea is she made this nice little welcome letter for her students, and she's gonna have them do a little undersea thing. And I was like, well, that's great, because in my back pocket, I have this lecture about Jacques Cousteau that I haven't been able to use in a couple of years because just students haven't really been that interested in it. So, wow, what better way to introduce them to Jacques-Yves Cousteau than by taking them undersea. So here's the Conshelf, which Jacques-Yves Cousteau made. And here's what I did. Oh, okay, it's kind of clunky. It's kind of boxy and everything because it's Minecraft. But I think I did a pretty good job. I built the Calypso, and I built the garage for the submarine, and Conshelf 2. And I'm sorry, this is just so cool. I'm just geeking out over it. Just the whole concept of what Conshelf was. So first of all, I needed to find a good underwater world, and I was going to just, do a random seed and build out there. But I thought before I do that, let me look at the library and see if there's anything good in the library. And there is this shipwreck narrative in the literacy and languages. And I thought that's pretty cool, because when my students get bored of what they're doing, if they stumble upon the shipwreck, they'll have more to explore. And the reason I thought of this is because Jacques-Yves Cousteau, when he invented scuba, because he's the one who invented scuba diving, at first he made his money in underwater archaeology, which is super cool. And this is from my big book, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I made Calypso, and I think I did a pretty good job. This picture is backwards from here. I took this picture from the different side, but I think I did a pretty good job, because I don't normally, back in my day, you young whippersnappers, back in my day, I only played survival, and I didn't really build these immense buildings and stuff, so I think I'm doing pretty well building stuff. Look at this. As I was building it, this dumb little trader and his 2 llamas spawned in the middle of it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to cask of Amontillado you in here, and then my students are going to have a laugh, but of course he got out before I was done. All right, so I have a big book, like I was saying, on Jacques-Yves Cousteau. And sometimes some of my classes get interested in it, and I can pull it out and say, yeah, okay, let's read about it. But I don't know, just ever since post-pandemic, my students have different interests, I guess, and I haven't been able to use this lecture in a long time. And I really like talking about him because he's a fascinating person. But so I've got the lecture, okay? And I also have on my bookshelf at home, for my own children, I have this very cheesy 1966 book called You Will Live Under the Sea. And the artwork is just gorgeous. And it's really that ta-da, the future type of thing. And I don't normally do this, because normally I just want to talk about culture and everything. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and just translate this book. And it's just a fun book. Okay, it's just about how you're going to live under the sea, and this is what life is going to be like. And I mean, that's kind of the world that Jacques-Yves Cousteau is from. And you watch his old TV series, there's that gosh, wow factor of all the cool stuff you've never seen under the sea. And it's just so cool. So I thought I'd do that too. And then, of course, I made a TPRS. And my TPRS, ever since the pandemic, I always do them with pictures and words on the screen instead of calling the students up. I like it much better. They've got the words right up there for some scaffolding, and we can just cycle through the pictures, and I let them choose the character for this one. Is it going to be Mumbo Jumbo? Is it going to be Dream? Is it going to be Stampy Longnose? Is it going to be Steve? All that. So, and then I just wrote my little TPRS about Steve helping Jacques-Yves Cousteau with what we're going to be helping him with, okay? And here's some more of it. Okay, so in the ocean, there's, and then I wanted to name everything that the students would be seeing, okay? I would call it un calamar, but of course, Minecraft calls it un poulpe. So, and then I've got the joke ones that they're not going to see a sheep under the sea, they're not going to see a wolf under the sea, et cetera, et cetera. But, they need to be able to name the Minecraft animals. Okay, Then, just like Rose's great idea was, I made this fake letter and I made it look really official, and I put it in an envelope and ripped it open in front of the students and everything. And it says, hello, hey, we need your help researching something. And we need your help to rebuild the Conshelf. Oh, I should have put a picture in here. Conshelf 2 is now all rusted to pieces. They used it for a couple of months, and then it was like, okay, we're done with that. We know that we can sustain life under the sea, but it's not really worth the while to mine under the sea. That's too expensive. So, and so it just kind of rusted away, which is really sad because it's a really cool thing. So the next thing I did, I built it in Minecraft, as you saw. And of course, it's Minecraft, it's all blocky. But I traced over it. See? And then by tracing over it, I came up with these really nice blueprints. And I printed this on giant 11 by 17 paper. I had my secretary help me blow it up and make it big. And then each table group is going to get their blueprints, and there's several pages to the blueprints, so that they can rebuild Conshelf 2. Okay, then I looked through all the NPCs, and I decided that the little hazmat suit guy looked the most like a scuba diver. Okay, so I put him all throughout the place, and I was going to show you him up close, but look, there's a little squid in the background. Which is what we're going to be researching. So anyway, so I put the scuba divers everywhere, and they, Dan Noble and Colton Phillips, Cole's Corner, they showed me how to make effects. And so I just have you go and talk to the NPC, and then you'll get the effect of underwater breathing so that the students can pretend like they've got scuba gear on. Or some of the NPCs will give them night vision, because I thought maybe a couple of students are going to get frustrated underwater, dark screens and stuff. So I just gave them that just in case. So I call it a masque de plongée. It's their scuba mask that they're going to get. Okay. So here we are. This is, I have this here so the students can walk around and see what they're going to build undersea. And then you notice I have 100 million rowboats, because I really want my students to all be in the same world. I know that there's a million teachers who have each student go to an individual world, and they like that better. For me, I want my students communicating with each other. I want them talking to each other. I want them cooperating with each other, but I need them interacting with all the members of the class. So as much as possible, I do massive worlds where they can all join. And so I've got 33 students in this one class, so they need rowboats so they can get to where they need to go. Or they could swim there, that's fine. And look, the dumb little villager guy, the trader, he got out of the Calypso while I was building the Calypso, and he jumped into a rowboat. So I thought that was funny. And then here, by the rowboats. So I have one class with 36 students, okay? I have 6 table groups, and each table group is named after a French-speaking country, or I've got Quebec also. And so each group, I gave them, hey, this is La Belgique. Here's the coordinates you're going to row to, okay? And then we've got Djibouti, we've got Madagascar. And then as they row to where they're supposed to go, I went ahead and put different colored beacons for each area so that they would know where to go, because I don't want them getting lost. And then here's the beacon right here. You have to put on diamond and everything. So here we've got, they can come up to him at any time, or her, this is a girl, and get their underwater breathing, which is their scuba gear. And they can go to this one and get their night vision if they want. And then you'll see these yellow clay. Those are the parameters of where they can build. I didn't want them just completely destroying the world. I don't want them griefing each other, whatever. So I dug underneath the ocean bed, and I put allow blocks because they're going to be in adventure mode. So I put allow blocks underneath so they could build here, but nowhere else. Okay. And what's next? Oh yeah. So click on the scuba divers, and they'll give you their stuff. And you click on the merci button. Okay, so you'll also notice there's a chest here, and the chest has everything they need. Ignore my inventory. all the gold blocks they would possibly need to build Conshelf 2. I decided to give them each a sponge just in case. I don't know what they might mess up. They might make the water weird, but that's why I'm flying around in creative mode to mop up any mistakes that they make. I gave them some iron blocks so they could make refrigerators and stuff inside. I gave them a jukebox. I gave them a lab table. The jukebox is important to listen to music underwater, right? I gave them some maps and some item frames. Where's the item frames? Did I forget to put that in here? So they could like put the maps on the wall and stuff. Some signposts if they want to keep the water from coming in. Food, you need food, right? Stairs and scaffolding so they can make a little table and chairs. Trapdoors again if they want to keep the water from coming in. Those are pretty good. Or if they just need to make a grate for something or whatever. And of course glass, because there's glass portholes everywhere. Yeah, I need to put, I'm glad I did this screenshot because in this particular chest I forgot to put an item frame so they could put their map on the wall. Okay, and then after they're done building Conshelf 2, then they get to do the research. Again, this is Rose's idea. I just thought it was beautiful. She's going to have her students research glow squid, and I thought that's a beautiful idea. So I just made a very simple scientific lab, the kind of stuff they're going to do in science class. Oh, I'm over 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm going to talk faster. It's a very simple one. Here it is blown up a little bit. Okay, I just want them to be able to write time in the proper way. I want them to be able to know their cardinal directions. And that's basically it. Okay. I want them to be able to talk about where the animal's swimming and stuff like that. Okay. Now at first, I should have made this picture a little smaller. At first I was playing around with, okay, so, you know, I've got 36 students in the class and I don't want them to, I don't want too much of a lag. Here, let me make this a little prettier. I don't want too much of a lag as they're playing. So how can I make sure that there are glow squid spawning so they have stuff to see when they're done building Conshelf 2? Okay, so at first I thought, oh, I'll just put a little cart on rails and a dispenser, and how can I activate that? And then I was thinking about it, and I talked to my friend Dan Noble, again in the Minecraft Teachers Lounge, and we were talking about doing this with command blocks, and that is a much smoother, nicer, less clunky idea. So you could see in this like blank area of the water, I put some blue wool up here, which the students won't be able to see from most positions. I've got the underwater effect on right now, sorry. They won't be able to see this from most positions, but if they see it, who cares? All right, I don't really care. I could have made it look like a cloud, I suppose. But I'm in creative mode and my students are in adventure mode. So I'm gonna fly up here when the first table group is ready. When they're done building Conshelf and they're ready to start observation, then I'm going to fly up here and I got a little pressure plate because I figured that would be easiest for me to do in a pinch when 5 students are calling for my attention. I can just land on the pressure plate really easily. And the command block says, spawn a glow squid right underneath me. Okay. So again, the students will have to fill this out while they're looking at the glow squids, but there should be plenty of glow squids for everyone to see, and it won't lag the game too much because I'm not spawning them until such a time as the students are ready for them. And then if the students get really bored, they're all done with their glow squid observation and everything, then hopefully they'll stumble upon the shipwreck, and I hid a couple of chests around here with some gold and emeralds that they can find in it. So hopefully that'll keep them occupied. So I'm really excited by this because I really like the immersive stuff. I really like them to be applying language authentically. They're not allowed to speak English at all when they do this. They can only speak in French for the whole time that they're building, that they're observing, that they're discovering the sunken treasures and anything else they might discover. It has to be in French the whole time. So my final thing, I'll wrap it up. Sorry, it's just about 15 minutes. Join the Minecraft Teachers Lounge, or better yet, the Minecraft Education Ambassadors, because this is where we bounce ideas off of each other. And this is where we do all of our great thinking. And I'm connected with so many people who help me hone all my crazy ideas. And there's so many things I don't even know if I can do, and other people help me with it. So please consider joining us. Enjoy, and let me know if you use this. See you next time.